Okay, somebody has to explain this to me because everything keeps going up. But where exactly is the extra money supposed to come from? Your rent goes up, your grocery goes up, your insurance goes up, gas goes up, your light bill goes up, eating out costs more, and somehow we're supposed to just keep absorbing it? But people's checks don't magically stretch because everything got more expensive. That's why I keep seeing people say they changed the way they live. They're not necessarily making less money than they were before. Their money just don't do what it used to do. And I think that's the big difference because you can be making what used to be considered decent money and still feel broke. So let's listen to what these people got to say because this right here is becoming very common in the conversation.
When I tell you the worst part about having your own place and bills and being grown, when I tell y'all, like, I've been looking for another job just in case, I'm being so for real. Like, you have to do that.
And ever since I adopted a lifestyle of saving money and just having better finances, I stopped using phrases like save for a rainy day. Because if you do that, you save for a rainy day and I guarantee you it's going to rain every day after that. Baby, when I used to talk about my old car, when I used to say, oh, I'm going to ride this, I ain't got no car, no, I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. Do you know that all them wheels almost came off that car? I was traveling back home from being out of town to go see my family and the wheel came off the car. I'm not saying that no more. Literally. Your words are literal. You know, honestly, maybe that's why now I don't even think about it. It's just second nature. I don't even think about it. The money just automatically get transferred out the account anytime some money come in there. And saving is just something that has become a lifestyle. I ain't even got no particular goal that I'm saving for. I don't even want to think about it. I ain't thinking about the future. I ain't thinking about what's to come. I ain't saving for no retirement. I'm just saving the money. And when things happen or when opportunities come, the money is just there to seize the opportunities or to handle the issues if they do come, right? Yeah, because when I tried that whole saving for a rainy day, it never stopped raining. Half the time it was thunderstorming. Thunderstorming. Money got so low, I thought I would have to shut the bank account down. You know it's bad when you almost got to close the bank account because you ain't even got no money to... They getting you because you ain't got no money. God. So broke, you got to pay for it.
It's Joe from Georgia. If you want to know how bad the economy's getting and you have an American Express card, you'll know real soon. Because, folks, American Express has came in and just cut credit lines like you wouldn't believe. Now, I am since 1982, 44-year user of American Express. Even the American Express Platinum card that I pay $895 a year for, because it was an unlimited credit line that I could use however I needed. Always paid my bills, never been late, nothing. I have more income than I've ever had. And I can't use my American Express Platinum card the way I used to because they cut it to where it used to, I could spend $100,000 and they wouldn't say anything. I tried to spend $5,000 and I got a call saying that they had reduced my credit line. And I'm like, exactly why? They said, well, it's a systematic thing they're doing because of just the credit market. It's just an update. Well, folks, it's because people aren't paying their bills. That's what's going on. I've always paid mine. I have good credit. Never late. But American Express, and that's just one credit card company because, folks, it's happening over and over again to where there's accounts that you have for 20-something years, and all of a sudden, they just cut your balance like you wouldn't believe. So, folks, American Express is at it, and I'm sure other credit card companies are. But the loyalty to American Express for me is over. So, folks, the economy is in the tank, and American Express is cutting their losses.
It's gotten so bad that the billionaires are complaining. So the CEOs of McDonald's, of Whirlpool, and of Kraft have come out and said Americans are running out of money. They are not spending like they normally would. So the articles are saying that people by the end of the month don't have money, so they're not looking to go eat at McDonald's. They're not looking to buy Kraft products. They're not looking to buy a new washing machine and all that stuff. So they're having a lot of issues as businesses maintaining their margins. The reason why this is important, though, is because the United States GDP relies on consumerism, meaning people buying stuff, having a job and going to go buy stuff, by 70%. It's 70% or 68%. And that means that if consumerism goes down, our GDP drops with it heavily, because that means we're not producing anything. And it means if we're not producing anything, people are going to start losing their jobs, because that means if we're not producing stuff, that means people don't need stuff, which means we have to produce even less. And it's a really bad circle to be in. And I keep saying that no one in the government is doing anything about it. And it's continuing on. You know, we've created a system through capitalism that says that companies can charge whatever they want, do whatever they want. So there's no way truly to bring these prices down. The only way to force an economic reset is to spike our interest rates. Right now, they're like 4%. When this happened last time, it was in the 80s, they jumped them up to like 20%. And it forced a massive reset on our economy to force the prices to come down. And that's the only thing that can help. Hence why the new chair of the Federal Reserve is like, we are not lowering interest rates, because that's going to be detrimental. Even though the president keeps telling him to do it, he refuses, because things are that bad. And now the billionaires are calling it out. So I don't know what can be done about this, but this is what capitalism is. This is where it gets you. We're in that phase of capitalism where there kind of is no return. So hopefully y'all, it all gets better, but I don't know what happens here. Y'all have a good day.
You know, I just saw a TikTok about recession indicators, and the comments were filled with other people's observations about recession indicators. And the one that just broke my heart the most is that shelters are starting to really fill up and stay at max capacity, and they're having to turn away people. And so in turn, there's a lot more stray animals, people getting rid of their animals. And that is just unfathomable to me. Could you abandon the one thing that gives you unconditional love, that the people who have the means to actually alleviate this issue just won't? And that people who get pets get them for impulsive reasons and won't actually commit to them. This goes way back for me. I grew up in a house where our parents let us get a dog twice, but the limits they put on that dog, because both of my parents came from like households that didn't really, well, that's not true. My mom had a dog growing up, so there's no excuse. They would make my dog stay within like the boundaries of the mudroom, so he became very protective. And that was a recipe for disaster. And I now, having the 3 best dogs on the planet, I just can't imagine not wanting to fight for them every single second of every single day. And yeah, there's certain scenarios. An old lady can't take care of her dog. She has to go into an assisted living home. You get crippling medical diagnoses. I understand that there are certain situations. But you and I both know that the vast majority, a lot of dogs and cats are in those shelters is because people got tired of them. People thought they wanted one and didn't want one. Impulsivity. And God, one day I will have way more dogs, and I wish I could take all the dogs. But if you're asking humanity to stop being impulsive and stupid, it's just never going to happen, so it's frustrating.
And that's the thing. When you hear people saying the same thing, you start realizing how much everyday life has changed. I remember getting paid felt like you really getting paid. You know what I mean? Your check come, you pay what you need to pay, and maybe you can breathe for a minute. Now people get paid Friday, and by Saturday, they already calculating what's left. I don't even think people are asking to be rich. A lot of people just want some breathing room. That's it. They want to pay everything and still have enough money where buying something small doesn't turn into a financial decision. Because y'all have noticed that, right? Everything is a decision now. Do I really need this? Can this wait until the next check? Should I put $20 in the tank or fill it up? Which one? Should we cook tonight? Can we afford to go out this weekend? And you're doing that over and over again. It gets exhausting, especially when you're working, because you thinking, I've done what I'm supposed to do. That's what I keep coming back to. People are working. People are trying to budget. People are cutting things out. But if the basic cost of maintaining your life keeps getting higher, eventually something has to give. And I think that's why people are becoming more open about money. They're used to a lot of more embarrassment around saying it. I can't afford that. Now, people will tell you straight up, no, That's too expensive. I'm not paying that. I'll stay at home. And maybe that's actually a good thing, because the more people talk about it, the more everybody realize they're not experiencing life like this by themselves. So tell me down in the comments, what's something you used to buy without even thinking about it, but now you look at the price and say, nah, not today, because I already know everybody has at least one. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.
True, don't get sugar-coated. Keep it real so you know we gon' be speaking on it. Got the latest headlines on what's going down. We keep our eyes open before it all hits the ground. Southern economy, hit that light. Make sure you subscribe. Real talk, real true, real life, we go survive. I got my eye wide open for when the markets hit the ground. You got them pockets wide open when them dividends come around. Oh baby, just hit that like, subscribe. I might teach you a little something about how to make $1 out of dime. I'm a real prepper, stockpiling before the shit hit the fan. I only trust in God, I don't depend on man. True, don't get sugar-coated. We keep it real and we keep it rolling.